energy centers. The energy centers are the 7 rays, centers or circuits of consciousness that filter and process the love-light energy of the one creator that comes through both the south and north poles of the energy system. They have electromagnetic and metaphysical characteristics and intersect with the fields of mind, body, and spirit. Each energy center, or ray, or chakra, is a hierarchical aspect of consciousness that vibrates with unique expressions, understandings, and, as Raw describes it, speeds of rotation. Arranged on a spectrum of true color vibration, the energy centers describe the journey of all life experience from red to violet ray. Each experience will be sequentially understood by the growing and seeking mind-body-spirit complex. First, in terms of survival, red ray, then in terms of personal identity, orange ray, then in terms of social relations, yellow ray, then in terms of universal love, green ray, then in terms of how the experience may beget free communication, blue ray, then in terms of how the experience may be likened to universal energies, indigo ray, and finally in terms of the sacramental nature of each experience, violet ray. The energy can be reduced by partial blockage or imbalance of an energy center, or it can be totally stopped by full blockage or lack of activation. Each entity is born with all 7 centers in potentiation or in latent, unactivated form via the use of experiential data in the current incarnation, as well as work in previous incarnations. The centers become activated or reactivated one by one. An entity can examine its thoughts, feelings, emotions, and, least of all, its behavior as indicators in determining which center or centers are connected to a particular experience in the revealing of self to self. Through disciplined work in consciousness, over time, the energy centers become crystallized, forming unique, regularized structures able to deliver higher energy voltage for service, seeking, and sexual energy transfer, and all energy expenditures. Each energy center has a wide range of rotational speed, or as it may be seen more clearly in relation to color, brilliance. The more strongly the entity concentrates its will upon and refines or purifies each energy center, the more the will uses the catalyst of that corresponding portion of life experience, the more brilliant or rotationally active each energy center will be. Questioner: how can an individual assess what energy centers within its being are activated and in no immediate need for further attention, and which energy centers are not activated and are in need of immediate attention? I am Raw, The thoughts of an entity, its feelings or emotions, and least of all its behavior are the signposts for the teaching, learning of self by self. In the analysis of one's experiences of a diurnal cycle, an entity may assess what it considers to be inappropriate thoughts, behaviors, feelings, and emotions. In examining these inappropriate activities of the mind, body, and spirit complexes, the entity may then place these distortions in the proper vibrational ray and thus see where work is needed. Questioner: let me make an analogy that I have just thought of. A 7-string musical instrument may be played by deflecting each string a full deflection and releasing it and getting a note to produce music. Is this correct? I am Ra. This is correct. In the balanced individual, the energies lie waiting for the hand of the Creator to pluck harmony. As the energy centers begin to be activated to a higher extent, more of the content of experience during incarnation deals with the lessons of love. 7 energy centers. Ross seemed to prefer the term ray and center, but was willing to work with Sanskrit term chakra. It is worth noting that there are various traditions and systems that describe the system of chakras in different ways. Some have similarities to Ra's descriptions, but Ra offers unique information on the quality and function of these energy centers. Red Ray, primary energy center. Root chakra, center of survival, sexual reproduction, and the fundamental vitality of self. This ray receives the life-giving prana, or intelligent energy, from the earth. Orange ray, sacred chakra, center of personal, emotional identity, expression of power on an individual basis, and relationship of self to other self. Yellow ray, primary energy center of the solar plexus chakra, center of identity in groups and power relationships in and among groups. Green ray, heart chakra, center of universal, unconditional love, acceptance, non-judgment, and healing. The key to protection and the springboard to intelligent infinity. Activation of this ray signals the time at which incarnation ceases to be automatic. Blue ray, primary energy center of the throat chakra, center of wisdom, light, honesty, clarity, and inspiration. First true spiritual ray, in that all transfers are of a nature which has integrated mind, body, and spirit in self-knowing. Blue ray communicates to others this entirety of beingness and is the first center to radiate without the necessity of response. The first giving beyond green ray is the giving of acceptance or freedom, thus allowing the recipient of blue ray energy transfer the opportunity for a feeling of being accepted, thus freeing that other self to express itself to that giver of this ray. Indigo ray, Third eye chakra, gateway to intelligent infinity. Center of faith, of the adept, of magical workings, prayerful attention, and the radiance of being. The work of spirit. The ray of intelligent energy and infinite possibilities. Fed by the disciplines of the personality. Violet ray. Crown chakra. Vibratory essence, the sum or the energetic signature of self. A thermometer reflecting overall balance. An analog to intelligent infinity. In this ray is the spiritual giving and taking from creator to creator. The tone poem of self. Of General George Patton, Raw said, "This entity was of a strong yellow ray activation with frequent green ray openings and occasional blue ray openings. This particular entity did intensive group work in administration, military organization, and war planning, thus his strong yellow ray activation. But he also frequently, according to Raw, felt love for others or the self or the creation or all the above, thus the green ray openings. And he even occasionally turned that love outward to authentically communicate and integrated selfhood in a way that illuminated and clarified. Thus the occasional blue ray openings. And when Dawn, out of great love for Carla, was asked about her healing, Raw began their response by saying, "We salute the opening of compassion circuitry in the questioner. This would be a green ray opening, activation, or brightening." And in reference to Carla, Ross says of her rays that they may be viewed as extremely even, red, orange, yellow. The green ray is extremely bright. This is, shall we say, balanced by a dimmer indigo. Between these two, the points of balance resides. The blue ray of the communicator sparkling in strength above the ordinary. In the violet ray, we see this unique spectrograph, if you will, and at the same time, the pure violet surrounding the whole. This, in turn, surrounded by that which mixes the red and violet ray, indicating the integration of mind, body, and spirit. In the above examples and many more strewed throughout the material, one gets a sense of the tone poem nature of the seeker. However fragmented, divided, and disharmonious our notes may be, we are symphonic pieces of music that tell a story of who we are. That story shifts through various tones and moods as we move through the chapters and challenges of our lives. And in the orchestra of self, our energy centers open and close in correspondence to our thoughts, feelings, and activities, each center expressing one of 7 major notes, with many flats, sharps, and subtle gradations between. The more that we love and forgive ourselves, integrate and balance our energies, and discover the self as creator, the greater our inner harmony. Thus, the tone poem of self produces a euphorious sound or melody, giving pleasure to the ears of many.